What's going on, y'all? It's JD Pickell with On 3 today on the Hard Count. What factors does Texas need to have in place to allow Quinn Ewers to be successful? Welcome into the Hard Count, the people show for every single thing that you know and that you love about college football. It happens here on a nearly daily basis. Nick Brake is doing the heavy lift, and you can help drive the show at my Twitter page, at JD Pickell. Quinn Ewers was one of the most highly sought-after quarterback prospects coming out of high school. Commits to Ohio State. Then he says, actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to transfer back to Texas. Says, I'm going to come back home, be in my home state, play quarterback for the Longhorns. And that caused a stir. And a lot of people are up in arms talking about Texas being back, this, that, and the other. That's fine. But in order for Texas to have the success that a lot of people want them to have or think they're capable of having, what needs to be in place for Quinn Ewers? Because football is one of the most beautiful games, in my opinion, the most beautiful game, because it is the ultimate team sport. You got to have 11 people synced up to get one thing done. All that's to say, Quinn Ewers can't do it on his own. As talented as he is, as much arm talent as he has, he can't do it all by himself. So what has to be in place for Quinn Ewers to reach the success that he's capable of? First, I think you got to have a stable run game. And Steve Sarkisian's offense is built around the RPO principles, meaning a lot of what he does gives Quinn Ewers the opportunity to either give it to the running back based on what that linebacker does, or pull it and throw it to the receiver. And so if there's no threat of the run, it's just a PO. It's just a P, really. There's no option involved in it. I mean, you're just passing it every other play because the running back isn't doing anything, and the linebackers are able to sit back on their heels. Now you're saying, wait. Bijan Robinson plays running back for Texas. We're not worried about the run game being an issue. I understand that. But it's a long season. If for whatever reason you don't have Bijan Robinson available for what game, what happens then? Do you have enough depth at the running back position to allow Quinn Ewers to still have some RPO availability, if that makes sense? So I'm not doubting Bijan Robinson by any means. I'm just saying, can you continue that for the duration of a season? Can you continue that when it matters? I believe they can, but that's crucial to him being successful. Not a bad luxury having Bijan Robinson there. Next, I'm looking at the transfers. You say Quinn Ewers is a transfer. I know he's a transfer, but so is a lot of other guys in this offense. Jaleel Billingsley, transfer from Alabama. Ajay Hall, transferring receiver from Alabama. A lot of guys in this offense. Isaiah Nayor, transferring from Wyoming to Texas. A lot of guys in this offense that need to get on the same page. And it's a big deal transferring to a new offense, yes. It might be an even bigger deal having a receiver and a quarterback both being transfers trying to get on the same page. Because like I've mentioned in previous videos, if your quarterback and receiver aren't on the same page on an out route, it's a pick six. If you're not on the same page on a deep ball, it's a pick for the safety or your receiver's getting blown up. So there's a lot of things that got to fall into place in terms of being on the same page. Timing-wise, I think they can get there, but how long does that take? Do you need all of fall camp? And then by game one, you're ready to go? Or do you need to play Alabama and then get a couple more games down the schedule, and then by game 7, you're on the same page? That's too late, folks. That can't be the story with Texas. You got to get on the same page early to allow Quinn Ewers to be successful and to get comfortable. The third thing that has to happen for Quinn Ewers to reach his capabilities, the defense has got to take some pressure off of him. It is so tough as a quarterback to take the field, to get out on offense and say, if we don't score here, I don't know if we're going to be able to win this game. If we don't score every possession, we're going to be in trouble. Now, that's not the reality at Texas, but a lot of people would tell you, hey, they're giving up around 30 points a game a season ago. That can't be the story with Texas. And specifically for Quinn Ewers, that puts so much pressure on you as a quarterback. And if he's playing with that amount of pressure, that's not going to allow him to play free and play to his capabilities. So the defense has to allow some room for error for this Texas offense and for Quinn Ewers specifically to feel good and ultimately, like I said, to get where he's capable of being. So finally, and this is a point I've made on different episodes before and a point that I stand by very, very firmly. The Texas coaching staff, when the time comes for Quinn Ewers to be named the starting quarterback, and I think a lot of us here agree that he's probably the guy in Austin. He didn't transfer there to sit. when he's named that starting quarterback, you better hunker down. You better dig those heels into that saddle, and you better make sure that you are firmly behind Quinn Ewers. Because for a quarterback to be looking over your shoulder every other game and saying, okay, if I throw a bad pass here, am I getting pulled? If I throw an interception here, am I getting pulled? That's not good for your psyche. That's not good for your play. And so I think this coaching staff needs to very firmly decide, okay, if we commit to Quinn Ewers, we're committing to him for 2022. If things don't go our way and we have to figure out another solution in 2023, so be it. But for 2022, Quinn, when we hand you the keys, we're not going to ask him for them back. This is not the 16-year-old license policy where we say, hey, take the keys, better be back by nightfall, give them back to us. No, Quinn, this is your team. This is your car. You drive it. You drive it until the wheels fall off, and then we'll talk about it. To have the freedom, just mentally, to know that you can make a mistake here and there and still be able to have a second chance to correct it, in my opinion, that's what great coaching staffs do. And I think Quinn Ewers is a great player based on what we know about him so far. Granted, he doesn't have any sample size at the college level, but what we know about him so far, Duke can ball. But you got to give him some breathing room to know that he's not going to get pulled after one interception. So in summary, the running game, it's there right now. I want to make sure it's there the rest of the season to complement the RPO scheme. Transfers. Let's get on the same page. Let's go throw after practice. Let's make sure our timing is 100% locked in so we're not having to deal with this week 4 of the season. Defense. Hold up your end of the bargain. You don't have to be locked down. You don't have to be giving up only a touchdown a game. I'm not asking you to be Georgia from 2021, but just allow some breathing room for this young quarterback. Let him know it's not all on him. They don't have to score every single drive. And then finally, again, I stand by this point. Texas, when you hand Quinn Ewers the keys to your offense, you better not expect them back anytime soon. That's it for us here on The Hard Count. Appreciate you tuning in. What we have here is really special. Just getting off the ground, just gaining steam. We're not the average college football show where we're going to throw you some content and then you'll never hear from us. We want to hear back from you. We want to involve you in this as much as possible. That's what makes this special. That's what makes our game special. Involvement, dialogue, community. We're going to keep the party rolling. We will see y'all next time. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.